I'm Tami Utley. Today we're going to be doing a Valentine's cake. This is an all chocolate cake, a little bit of carving, and we're going to have hearts and roses, very romantic. So let's get started. Some of the things we're going to need, this is a 6-inch cake, and we have a 6-inch board underneath it. We'll need another board that I've cut 5 inches, but I think we're going to cut it even though this is a 6-inch cake. And you know, when you freeze a cake, it gets smaller. So we're going to cut a 4-inch board underneath this 6-inch cake to help us carve. We need a serrated knife. We'll need some chocolate rolled fondant. I'm going to use a ribbon cutter, though you certainly can just use a pizza cutter and a ruler. I have some various cutters here. These are just rose petal cutters, teardrop cutters. I have a whole bunch of different sets of these. You can use any of these, any size, depending on, these are going to be used for the leaves for our roses. So you can even use a real rose leaf cutter. These are not like real roses, they're just ribbony roses. We're going to need some green fondant for those. We'll need some red fondant for our roses. That's what the ribbon cutter's for. We're going to use our clay gun to help make our hearts. We're going to use a little bit of Tylose powder, a little bit of gold. This is classic gold powder from the Sugar Art. This is kosher, so it's kind of nice. A little bit of alcohol, fondant smoothers, and then I also have Sixlets. They come in all different colors, all different sizes, and basically it's chocolate candy, chocolate coated candy. They're delicious. I don't know if you've ever had them. They're really yummy. And boy, they come out in everything now. It doesn't say what size these are. What the size is, it's just a, you know, they look like they're about 3/8 of an inch to a half an inch, somewhere around there. I'll measure one. But it's basically the medium size they have. They have really huge ones. They look like giant gumballs, and then this is like the next size down. I have the pearl ones and the black ones is what I have. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. So I have also, in addition to the 6-inch cake, I've got a 10-inch cake, a 9-inch cake. What do I have? This is a 9-inch cake behind me. And you can see that I've already carved this and covered this. So see how it's 9-inch here, but it's actually like 7.5 down below. So I've made this kind of like you would a topsy-turvy cake, except that I didn't make it slanted. I just basically just carved it in. So that's what we're going to do with this cake here. I'm going to show you how I did that. It's 4 inches high, and this, again, this is just the 6-incher. And what you want is you want one board the same size of the cake, and then one board the size that you want to carve down to. So in my case, I'm going to carve down to probably 4 inches or so. So I'm just going to cut this out. This is one way to do it. Another way is to just eyeball it. So I just cut a circle. If you want, you can actually take your measuring tool and measure it. This is actually a little bit more than 4 inches. If you've got a compass, a string, whatever you want to use to measure it, by all means, whatever cheat you want. But I just use a 4-inch pan. I sit it on top, or anything that's 4 inches, and trace around it, and that's what I do. That's my cheat. Okay, so 4-inch circle, and basically I'm going to hold that on there. This cake is chilled. I made it yesterday, and I put it in the freezer overnight, so it's nice and cool. And what I'm going to do is I need to center this on top here, okay, with the board underneath, and I'm going to cut between this board and that board. So it's going to be at an angle. So using a turntable is the easiest way to keep. So you can, all you got to do is just hold the knife steady and just turn with your other hand. Some people are really good at this, and they can do it without a board at all. You got to keep this on here and keep it from moving. Use a toothpick to hold it in there, or whatever you need to do. Okay. This is a lot easier to do if the cake is definitely, a day or more old and is firm, frozen or chilled. You get less crumbs, and it's just easier to cut that way.